Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi have attended on Monday the first conference of the National Alliance for Civil and Development Work. The president stressed the importance of this alliance and called on it to continue in its success for supporting the work with the state or the government in Egypt. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this photo with Mrs. Amani Holla, chairman of the Egyptian Center for Society Services, NGO. Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Mrs. Holla, how do you see the importance of this conference as an example of a kind of support between the NGOs or the private sector and the government in Egypt?
We can say that President Sisi is understanding the magic key of implementation of great achievements by having the coordination. This is the magic word also to achieve anything. The coordination between the governmental sector and the NGOs will achieve much better results than working in isolated islands.
Yes. So, Dr. Holla, also the alliance is always on cooperation and coordination with the several ministries here in Egypt to provide support for the citizens and needy people. Could you explain to us more concerning this point?
Of course, we used to say two heads are better than one. Imagine if you have the whole system working in harmony together. This leads to understanding actually on the real life what's the needs of people instead of having theoretical reports or just paperwork without understanding the differentiation between even the areas. Different areas have different needs and have different culture. Of course, we make much better achievement and understanding of the people needs and how to improve their life by having this harmony working together.
Yes, Dr. Holla, during the first edition of the conference, the president also the conference showed a film of some examples of the people who were keen to support the private sector supporting the government in Egypt and supporting needy people. How do you see also the first session of the conference?
Of course, it's something very, we can say, inspiring, because people need to have a model, a role model to try to imitate, to try to improve themselves and adding more steps beside him. So it was very good introduction, and because we used to ignore the voluntary work for decades, and it's time to understand that voluntary work can be a very strong aid to the whole system and can make better efforts than even employees.
Yes, Dr. Holla, also the Alliance have raised several or launched several campaigns. Among them, one of the important campaigns were Winter Warmer by distributing blankets on needy people through the winter season. How do you see this?
Of course, it's a good, very human and good step, especially when we are understanding the variation of the needs of people. We are trying to cooperate with the weather needs, with the geographical needs. It's very logic and very good. And we used to do that through the NGOs only. But it's better, of course, to have more bigger network and more precise numbers using a system like using the identification number to make sure of better distribution and to try to achieve more justice.
Yes, Dr. Holla, also the Alliance provides support by organizing exhibitions and fairs for selling food at low prices, and also the educational supplies for students at the start of the academic year. How do you see this?
This is one of the good ideas to prevent or to minimize the inflation, to prevent we can say bad traders to use the crisis to gain more money. We have to understand that people need to be supported. It's not time for gaining more money. This is the simple way to minimize their negative way of using the crisis.
Yes, also the Alliance was able to provide a variety of services to citizens, among them a very important campaign, which is the medical convoys that tours the villages in Egypt, and especially in Upper Egypt. How do you see the importance of this?
Of course, people need a lot of tracks to be in the same time. We cannot ignore one of them to work on the other. So the implementation of the whole points people are in need of is very important and makes sense. Otherwise, it's irrational to help people of having good houses and food, but ignoring their needs, medical needs. But of course, this is something very logical, and I appreciate that. Finally, we are trying to be logic and deal with the whole person, with the whole needs, not only insisting in some tracks and ignoring the others.
Yes. What is the kind of cooperation between the Alliance and the Decent Life Initiative, which aims at raising the standards of living of 60 million Egyptians?
They are actually completing each other, because paper cannot show all the details. We need somebody who knows the people, from their environment, understand who is fake, who is real, who is in need and shy to ask, who is trying to get more than he should take. This is the most important point, to help the governmental sector and to integrate together to achieve more fair distribution and more understanding of the variation of different areas in Egypt.
Yes. Also, the Alliance is there are several youth and a number of Egyptian youth who were volunteering to support the Alliance and to work with them. The voluntary work, and it's important in supporting also the Alliance.
We can say this is one of the greatest points I am happy with, because actually we used to before we used to find young girls start to lose hope and lose loyalty to their country, starting to talk negatively about it. All their dreams are just to travel away. But what's happening now? Give them hope, give them feeling of proud of themselves, understanding how to help the others, how to change the facts they are complaining about, not just giving negative words about.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. I really had the pleasure to have this phone and this conversation with you. Thank you so much, Dr. Amani Holla, Chairman of the Egyptian Center for Society Services. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. And with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of The Breakfast Show. I was in the company of my colleague, Mahisti Rabia. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.